Let's cross to France 24's Benedicte Paviot, who's standing by for us in London. Just tell us what happened in Parliament this evening. I mean, a pretty close margin of 44 votes. I mean, things could have gone rather differently, couldn't they?
We thought it would be close. Actually, 44 is considered comfortable. Yes, OK, we know that 4 years ago today, the Conservatives were in a very different position. Boris Johnson, then Prime Minister, won an election, an 80-seat majority. The working majority of the Conservatives now in their 13th year in government and successive prime ministers is about 56. So 44, given the high drama, the rumours, the speculation, the unprecedented charm offensive of the Prime Minister himself and indeed the Home Secretary, James Cleverly. But there was even a breakfast with 15 MPs very early this morning, phone calls, meetings, up to the last minute in the vote, and a lot of speculation. So, yes, there was a large number of abstentions. But at the end of the day, Rishi Sunak's government did win through. This is just a second reading. This is not supposed to be a big deal. It would have been a big deal if the government had lost this vote. Why? Because on a second reading, it's just the general principles that are actually agreed and voted on. The drilling down of the detail is much further down the line. So the last time that this happened, just to put it in context, was in 1986. It was then a prime minister who was a Conservative prime minister. It was Margaret Thatcher. And that was about Sunday shopping, opening of shops. So it didn't happen. There's no historic moment tonight. What is clearly a relief for Rishi Sunak is the fact that he has won this. But really, the reality is that it looks like a delayed battle, delayed problems to the new year, because what will be the price of these factions, fighting factions within, and particularly the right wing of the Conservative Party, what will be the price that they exact from the Prime Minister to say that they will vote for this in the later stages of this Rwanda bill? That is the big, big question and the unknown.
And just tell us, remind us rather, on why this Rwanda bill, as it's been dubbed, has been so controversial there in the UK.
Well, it's been controversial for a number of reasons. Number one, because Rishi Sunak has made stopping the boats one of his key 5 priorities. You see it sometimes on his lectern in Downing Street, stop the boats. And it's these 45,000 illegal migrants in 2022. We're up to about 30,000 this year, who, because of paying huge amounts of money to smugglers from the northern coast of France, they come on a very perilous and sometimes deadly journey across that water to reach British shores illegally. And then it's, well, how do they get processed? Where do they live? How do they live? How do they survive? How can they be deported? And the goal clearly of Rishi Sunak has given himself is that before the next general election, and it has to be called in the next 13 months, that he will get deportation flights to act as a deterrent. Now, it would only be about 300 or so illegal migrants that would get on those flights, but not a single one, despite nearly £300 million being spent on this, has actually left the UK so far. So will that happen? And what trouble will this Rwanda bill meet and encounter in the new year for Rishi Sunak? Will he ever get it through? Will there ever be deportation flights to Rwanda in 2024?
OK, well, thank you very much indeed for that. Benedicte Paviot in London, thank you so much.